Hey YouTube, what is up? It's your girl Purple Squirtle here. The October beta for DST was just released and it is huge. It's so huge in fact that I can't show everything in one video, so I'm going to split this out into two videos. This one for the quality of life changes and my second one will be on the new content plus the world setting changes. And before I start, I just want to say that this is still the beta and things are likely to change before we get the full release. But as of recording this video, the stuff that I'm going to show is accurate. I'm not going to show everything in this video, but I have put together a list of things that I think are worth showing, and I think I've saved the best for last. Okay, so starting off first is the tin fishing bin, which can now be placed on docks where it used to previously be on boats only, and we have a whopping 20 slots for fish compared to the previous 12. The lazy forager can now be refueled. One nightmare fuel will repair it for 20%. Recipe cards are now a thing that you can find throughout the world in places such as graves, tumbleweeds, sunken chests, and reading the card or examining it will tell you what the ingredients are for that dish. Sleeping in a straw roll will now repair some health. This one I personally am a huge fan of. You can now open your DST gift with Wickerbottoms Bookshelf. Wowie! And some good news for our Wickford mains. Ice cream is now a goodie, which means just like jelly beans, you can eat those also. A very quick one, the seeded pack and the insulated backpack is no longer burnable. I think this one's gonna save a lot of time. You can now make trail mix with raw birch nuts. Instead of having to find the nuts, then cook them, then put them in the crock pot, you can now get your trail mix with the raw ones. And of course, if you wanted to cook them before you put them in the crock pot, that still works. Next is this new crock pot recipe called Beefalo Feed, which is very similar to the trail mix in terms of recipe. You need 2 birch nut seeds, 1 berry and 1 twig. I don't know if this recipe can be altered a bit because I actually found this by accident when I was trying to make trail mix for the previous clip. This food does spoil, but you can't eat it. It's for your beefalo. There is another crock pot recipe for beefalo also, but I'm yet to discover what it is or what it's called, so if you know, feel free to let me know in the comments. And if I give a beefalo a twig, his obedience is 7.9, and after I give him the beefalo feed, his obedience is 17.9, so the beefalo feed increases obedience by 10 points. And this is where things get a little bit more interesting. The Turf Razor Helm is a new blueprint that Antlion drops when you kill her. It costs 5 beefalo fur, 3 pig skin, and 1 desert stone. What does it do? Well, I'm glad you asked. This helmet can now raise turf for you. Instead of having to pitchfork every single towel you want to dig up, the helmet will now just pull it up for you. So you just simply wear the hat and walk and all the work's done for you. After you're done, you collect your turf or wear a lazy forager for even faster turfing if you want. And you may be wondering what the slot above the helmet does. Well, put whatever turf you want inside and the helmet will also plant it for you. I think this is incredible. This is one of my favourite changes in the game because as a mega base builder myself, this is going to make turf work a hell of a lot easier. I'm so excited to use this helmet. I'm so happy Clay put this in the game. I think this is one of the best updates that Clay has given us in a long time and I can't wait to use it in my builds really. Okay, now on to my favourite parts of this update, the turfs. I'm going to mention this one quickly. You can now get the Terra Firma blueprint and the Ancient Stonework blueprint from the Yellow Fountain. Previously, this turf could only be crafted stood next to the Terra Firma thingy, so this is a good improvement. But onto better news about turf, there are 4 new turfs that can be crafted at the Alchemy Engine. The Lush Carpet, the Red Mosaic Flooring, the Blue Mosaic Flooring, and the Grey Mosaic Flooring. Honestly, I think these turfs are absolutely beautiful. They're purple as well, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I think they're gorgeous. I think it's about time Clay gave us new turfs. I know people have been saying for a long time, when are we going to get new turfs? And I think Clay did us good, I really do. I think this is also, this is great for base builders like me personally. I'm super excited to be using this. People who do base building, base design, mega bases, all that stuff, this is a great opportunity for us. How can I forget to mention the snazzy pitchfork, which is the golden pitchfork? But anyway, on to bigger things. The ruins turf can now be pitched up, finally. There's not much to say about this other than hallelujah. Hold on, you didn't think we were done, did you? Nope, the Ancient Pseudoscience Station gives us 2 bundles of blueprints, the Ruins Turf and the Imitations Ruins blueprints. The Ruins turf blueprints only cost 3 papyrus each, which is crazy cheap in my opinion. And you get the ancient flooring blueprint, the ancient tile work blueprint, and the ancient brickwork blueprint. And for the imitations rune blueprint, which also only costs 3 papyrus, you get the imitations ancient flooring, the imitations ancient tile work, and the imitation ancient brickwork. So now not only is the turf in the ruins pitchforkable, is that a word? We can now craft it as well, which I think is something well overdue. So I'm super happy about that. I wasn't able to show everything that is in the beta, but a few honourable mentions are the campus tent now restores health at the same rate as the regular tent. The tent has an increased number of uses. If a fire pit or campfire burns out when it was fueled to the max, it will drop a charcoal. The banana shake spoilage time was reduced and can no longer be made with meat, fish, or monster meat. Tall birds without nests will now make a new nest, and your body temperature will now be affected when sleeping in the fur roll. There are also some other screen and camera fixes as well as bug fixes. My overall opinion on this beta is that it's one of the best we've seen in a long time. I'm a huge fan of changes that make mega basing easier, and it allows us to be more creative. And I think Clay did a really good job on this. I can't wait to play this in my world going forward. And as I said, this is the beta and things are subject to change. I'll link the forum post in the description if you want to give it a full read. And please let me know what you think to this update, which is your favourite and which turf will you use the most. And if you don't already, please follow me on Twitch. I stream every Thursday and Saturday and have drops enabled when this goes live. Hope to see you then.